Hello and welcome to Design or Design. My name is Maria and today I'm trying out something new. You might be saying, Maria, this is not your usual style. Because of today's subject, I've decided to do little experiments with my pattern clashing. So, I think you guessed it. We're talking about the spring summer 2022 pattern trends. Yeah, let's do this. Before we get started, I would like to say that we have a sponsor for this video, and it is Chai Fashions. This lovely little top is from them, but we'll be talking about them just a little later in this video. Alright, you guys, let's get started. Unfortunately, for all the pattern lovers out there, patterns were not the biggest this time around. Don't know why, don't come for me, okay? I had such a difficult time finding patterns, and yeah, I don't know. Okay, so let's just get started with looking at the runways, seeing which houses actually used some patterns and which, well, we're not going to look at the ones that didn't. That would be really weird. But yes, let's get started. Let's start with maybe something geometric, or maybe something like a pop art, but like still having that either symmetry. We see this in Stella McCartney having that psychedelic check pattern. We also see in Burberry very symmetrical, kind of like those ink paintings, you know, like ones that are used in psychotherapy. Like, what do you see in this weird blob? And they had them in a multitude of different colors, even having some text in there. We have some Altuzara squiggles, very symmetrical once again, just like in the Burberry show, but having more like a 3D effect to there. We have some symmetrical kind of geometric prints coming from Gucci and from Etro shows. So Logotype. We all know that the luxury houses just love spreading their logos all over their garments. Many people love it just because, you know, it's a status symbol. It's like, oh yes, I'm wearing Fendi, or yes, I'm wearing Gucci. I am very neutral to this. I do like it. It's like a little signature. The monogram for Gucci, for instance, it's very classic. You can't really say that it's like tacky. It can be, but I do appreciate those logos as well. Coming from my graphic design background, we see logotypes in Fendi Versace collaboration, having that Fendi plastered all over with those more like colorful colors from Versace. Also just the regular Fendi black and brown F print, as well as in Versace by itself, the Greek key print that's like 3D version. Anyways, it's a little hard to like see it, but you know it's theirs, and they're hitting it hard nowadays. So, well, it's pretty new, so they need to do that. Anyway, so Chanel also has a few items like a blazer with those CCs and a few just other items. Gucci had a few of the kind of leggings slash maybe even biker shorts, skin tight layer with the monograms, very bright colors. I actually really love those outfits with a blazer put over that. Love it. Would totally wear it. And it seems like only the super large houses that do that. It's not like a somewhat of a middle arch is going to do a full monogram outfit. No, it's the big houses. Okay, let's move on to the next one, shall we? And it's floral. Of course, it's spring, summer, floral. We see this floral in Balenciaga having like multitude of florals, even a little bit of a pattern clash there. We just see like a simple floral from them as well, like a winter floral. And we see some large roses in blue marine. We also see some flowers, more like a cartoonish type in Lanvin, either having very bright or a little bit subdued colored patterns. In Anasu, we have such dramatic, bright pinks and oranges in those floral patterns, as well as paisley, you guys. So paisley is considered to be floral. Paisley is what I'm wearing kind of right now. It has kind of those droplets. In Russian, for some reason, they're called cucumbers. I'm not sure. Are they cucumbers? Anyways, so we see these in Anasu as well as in Etro. Etro had such a great amount of these paisley floral prints. They did have just regular flowers in very different scales too. We have some very large floral print as well as more like a tinier, daintier one. And once again, a little bit of a mixture of the paisley and the floral prints as well. We also see some bright combination of florals in MSGM, some very like almost neon colors in the inside of the print and having them very bright and on kind of on a medium to small side, but using all of those trendy colors that are happening right now in those prints. And by the way, if you don't know, I already released a video about all the, actually 2 videos about the trendy colors of the season. I have like a cooler tones in one video and warmer tones in the other. So if you haven't checked that out, I encourage you to do so. All right. We also see some floral prints in Isabel Marant having like a little bit both the warmer and the cooler tone ones. So I guess depending on your complexion, that's what you're going to go for. We also see a lot of beautiful floral prints in Versace, having that more like a scarf print, but on a dress or maybe a blazer. Just very, very beautiful colors combinations. We also see Zimmermann having florals, of course. It's kind of one of the staples for Zimmermann to have. Very feminine. We also have Yves Saint Laurent having very statement kind of body suit, very tight, very bright flowers. Like either it's a great contrast of the colors or maybe just of the darkness and lightness. Also, we see some in Dolce & Gabbana having more like a realistic prints of those flowers. Michael Kors having more like what seems to be floral lace. Maybe it's a print, maybe it's like on top of the dress. I'm not quite sure. We also have just the most basic floral print in Missoni, as well as Gucci had some funky floral prints. One of them was more like a scenery, and then we also had just like a little bit of a tropical themed print on the dress. Some suits were covered in florals. And to our sponsor, thank you very much, Chai Fashion, for sponsoring this video. If you haven't heard about Chai Fashions before, it is because it is a very local company to Vancouver Island / India. I always talk about being environmentally conscious about fashion. Don't overconsume or try to buy something that was already previously used. And this is such a beautiful, beautiful business where they take used or pre-loved saris and make something that is more like westernized. Wait a minute, is that me? Yes, it is. Silks or maybe nice cottons with gorgeous prints on them, and then they just recreate them into dresses, shirts, pants, pajamas, you name it, which is such an amazing thing to wear during the summer. Like, oh my goodness, love it. So I have a few of their items already, and right now I'm rocking this top, which I put backwards. Actually, it has like a v-neck, like I'm not super flexible. And you can wear it like this. Like my favorite pieces from them are the ones that have a mixture of patterns in them. So I have a pair of pants that has like one print on one side and another on the other. I just love that. And whenever I find a piece like this, it's like, oh yes, I'm buying it now. Maybe there's like a different pattern sleeve from the rest of the outfit. Anyways, yes, they're a great company that provide fair wage in India to all of the people who work there, and they ship worldwide. So you guys, make sure to check them out. There will be a link down in the description box below to find more about them. Maybe check out their website. All of the items are one of a kind. If you like something, you better get it because probably won't be there. So next one, animal print. Some may argue that animal print is actually a neutral and it's, I mean, a classic print and it can't be a trend, but you know what? Sometimes they die out, sometimes they come back in. If you like animal print and would like to wear it all the time, it's completely up to you, but this is what I'm seeing on the runways. So here it is. Animal print. We have this animal print in many different shows. Versace/Fendi had that in kind of a mix of their prints. It was a little bit weird for me. Tom Ford also had like a cheetah print on a few of their items. We also see Dior having more like the animal printed on something rather than like an animal print, but I just included here just in case. I don't know. We also see this in Michael Kors. We also see Dolce & Gabbana having like a zebra sequence print on a skirt, as well as cheetah print, dresses, boots, blazers, tops, you name it. We know that Dolce & Gabbana loves a statement, and we also have like different colors of those, like for instance the red and black zebra print that's very symmetrical, and just the regular ones as well. We also see somewhat of a zebra print in Missoni in the cutout dress. We also see in Altuzara, we kind of see, I think it might be an animal print, it might be just like little dots, but kind of like a symmetrical giraffe pattern that's in like a few different colors. We also see Salvatore Ferragamo having a tiger print. We also see some butterfly wings in Chanel show, having very flowy dresses with those butterfly wings. And that's one of the newer things that I have noticed, for myself at least, having a butterfly print, which was also present in a different show that I don't remember the name of. But here it is. We're having butterfly wings on pants, butterfly wings on kind of a top slash dress slash bralette. It's an odd combination, but it's there. All right, polka dots. There weren't a lot of them, but they were present. In Louis Vuitton, there were maybe 3 or 4 looks with those polka dots, as well as in Balmain, we had maybe 1 or 2 looks with the polka dots, as well as in Balenciaga and Dolce & Gabbana. Not too many, but I thought I would mention it. If you're enjoying this content so far and would like to help me out and support me, it's really easy to do. You just need to like this video, maybe leave me a little nice comment down below, and if you're not already, subscribe. Yes, thank you. Stripes. Stripes were more popular than polka dots for sure. We see different types of stripes. Maybe it's a little bit of like a muted combination of colors for the stripes. Maybe it's just black and white, or maybe it's like a diagonal stripe like we see in Fendi. We see a beautiful dress and an actual like a fur coat in those stripes. Max Mara had horizontal stripes, maybe suited for some people. I like to use horizontal stripes to kind of, I wouldn't say fix, I would say fool the eye to have more of a balanced shape. So for instance, if you're worried about your hips being wider, then introduce that horizontal stripe in your upper half to make it look wider, or the other way around. If you would like to minimize your shoulders, then introduce that stripe into your lower half. That way it will kind of balance your body out evenly, and if you don't have issues about that, then don't worry. We also see those horizontal stripes in Chanel show, a little suit and a skirt action, or just like a full-on dress action. I'm not the biggest fan of this, but you know, to each their own. We have a beautiful blouse from Yves Saint Laurent, just a black and white stripe. Once again, Balmain had a few of the stripe moments in their show, not a significant amount, but they were there. And also we had a Dolce & Gabbana black and white moment. All right, now let's move on to scarves. So we, you know, like that scarf motif, like whether it's like chains or maybe like some ornate drawings, we see a lot of that in the Fendi Versace collaboration. Both of the sides were using this to make, you know, a nice combination. Of course, Versace had some amazing, very bright and almost neon scarf-like prints on their suits, dresses. Well, of course, they had the scarves present too, and tops. I love the trend of having a scarf as a top. You can make such a great amount of different varieties, like have it around your chain or maybe like around your neck and do like a halter top, or there's so many ways to wear that. Anyway, so basically 2 shows, which is basically almost one because the other one collaborated with the one. Anyways, we are moving on now to plaid. So I kind of skipped over the classical plaids that were like very subtle. Alexander McQueen had a few, but I'm looking for more like bright colors, plaids, and we have them in Moschino. We also had these in MSGM, having kind of almost a monochromatic outfit, but having kind of a plaid version of that. The same print that is all over. Chanel also had a plaid moment, a few of them as well. We also see gingham check in Michael Kors, like a lot in Michael Kors. We also see a little gingham in Gucci as well, like in a suit, and just a regular plaid also in a suit. And I'm here for it. I am. Okay, so, and a little bit of an illustration is another one. We have lots of like little, very childlike, very reminiscent to my childhood animation of like little animals on the dresses, on the coats, a full dress made up of like cutouts of those animated animals. We also see kind of animated faces in Fendi, whether it's that silhouette of a lady with red lips or just actual like drawings of different colors. We also have some kind of squiggles, almost like a paintbrush squiggle on the Fendi shows. We also see this in Givenchy having a little, not too many outfits like that, but very interesting illustrations. Also, we have a written something, words around, scratches, something hand written in Zimmerman, as well as in MSGM, kind of like little cartoons with little words here and there, as well as Balenciaga having kind of a scratchy, doodly kind of a dress. Tie-dye. All right, you guys, we do have some tie-dye. It's not crazy like the previous few seasons, so maybe it's like dying out a little bit, but we see this in Alexander McQueen having more moody sky of some sort, having like little splashes of dye here and there, as well as Altuzara more having that classical tie-dye, but in a little bit of a different way. So, although this was not present in many shows, I felt that it was appropriate for me to mention it right here, and it is camouflage. Because of the trends of 2YK or the 90s coming back, camouflage will be making its appearance, and we've seen a lot of it in Dolce & Gabbana, and that was pretty much the only show that we've seen it in. But here we go. Think about not just the print, but how it is styled. So it is styled either a little bit tomboy, but here we see crystals as well as some lace in there too. Very interesting combination of the two. All right, so far we've seen a lot of kind of single print all around, that's kind of an easy way to do it. Maybe a maxi dress all in print, or maybe a combination top and the bottom but having identical print, or maybe identical print in different colors, which is really easy to put together. But print mixing is something that is entirely different. So okay, today I had very difficult time to put myself together because I did want to challenge myself and do some print mixing from like completely different prints, and this is what came out. I don't know if it was a success or it was a fail. You can let me know down in the comments below, but I feel like it's pretty good. I was kind of going for like a red theme, so I wouldn't get lost all completely. Fingers crossed that it doesn't look too crazy. Yeah. So now we're gonna take a look at print mixing, and it is difficult. It is difficult, you guys. In case if you would like to start wearing more prints, I do have a video on that, and you can check it out. Maybe there's going to be a little thing here, or you can find it in the description box below. But here we are, looking at a few different pattern clashes. We see some of that in Anna Sui. We also see this in Etro, having like a multitude of different kind of Eastern prints mixed together. I quite enjoy their mixing of prints. I think it's like one of the most natural ones, like to mix those prints together. We also see some of more of a dramatic ones in Dolce & Gabbana, having mixing like floral and animal prints, or more geometric and floral prints, or like 3 prints together. Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. And Missoni having a little bit of a patchwork situation. And in patchwork, we also almost always have some sort of pattern clash that's happening. All right, you guys, this is it. This is it. Thank you very much for watching this video and staying to the end. If you enjoyed it, consider to join this gang of fashion enthusiasts. And yes, subscribe, leave a like, maybe a comment. I would really appreciate it. All right, you guys, I hope you are going to have a wonderful rest of the day. And yeah, stay classy. Bye.